Hello everybody, welcome back to Japan. I have a guest and first things first, I'm going to work out how I'm supposed to pronounce your name because it comes up on YouTube. It's like this was sound check. This literally we started recording.
This is probably the biggest debates amongst reactors trying to say my name correctly.
All right. Well, look, I'm working what I got. I mean, I've got the same thing in the corner of the screen that you're presenting here. Now I want to say Ohrenje, but it's Ohrenje. So you got the O-H-O and then Ren-Je. But I don't want to be an edgelord, so I'm going to go for Ohrenje.
You can go with Ohrenje.
That's not
actually it's actually like the color. It's just orange, just written in a funny way. You don't have to go crazy on the pronunciation. It's actually very simple.
So basically, your entire username is just a way to work out who's trying too hard.
I mean, I did not expect it to be like that, but looks like it is.
Well, I've got to ask you. I mean, look, okay. First things first. Before we get into anything, look, I'll just say for anyone who doesn't know, and bless you if you don't know, welcome to something really cool because this man is well, he's a bit of a legend, if you don't mind me saying, a bit of an online legend. Nah, you are. So if you've ever seen so many videos about Band Maid, NEK. This man brought us the NEK Discord community. He's the man who brought us like the individual biography documentaries of the members of Band Maid. You know, this is a man. You've probably seen his videos. If you're into like Band Maid and Japanese music, you've probably seen his videos, even if you don't know. And we're going to get into some of that today. But I've got to say, Orange. So we call you Orange, right?
Yes.
What color is your shirt?
Guess.
Don't fucking troll me.
I think I put an orange shirt just in purpose, just because of this interview.
Oh, I'm glad.
I wanted to flex a little bit.
Well, I'm pretty glad that you're not eating the fruit. That's kind of where I expected this to go. Well, all right. Look, I got to bring it back to. Let's bring it back to basics because everyone kind of knows you from. Well, everyone who does know you knows you from the Band Maid community because that's where really your name is extended so much. And let's just show the shirts real quick. I know we both got the shirts on. There we go. There it is. Wait a sec. I just realised mine is orange. Orange writing.
There's a little bit of orange too. Yeah.
There we go. I didn't know, but I was paying my respect. So, tell me about the first time you heard Band Maid. What was that?
Actually, it was not me, but it was thanks to my sister. She's working as a cook, and her chef talked to her about a movie released on Netflix recently featuring Japanese music because he knows that my sister is listening to a lot of Japanese musics. Thanks to me, as you can imagine. And he told her about Kate and by an extent Band Maid. And she sent me the link for the MV of Choose Me. So my first song is actually Choose Me, and my first video is the MV of Choose Me. And I don't know if a lot of people who discovered Band Maid had the same reaction as I had, but when I saw the name Band Maid, I laughed because I knew what the maid was, and I was like, Band Maid, and I just laughed. And I watched the MV of Choose Me. I found out it was pretty great, and I listened to Dice right afterwards, the MV of Dice. And then it was good enough for me to basically watch all their live performances while I was working. So I basically binge watched everything that was out.
Does your boss know?
No.
Good. Keep it that way.
Yeah.
So this was just a thing you clicked through. You saw one video. You clicked through to the next. You clicked through to the next. You just.
I mean, my I mean, it was not like this when I discovered Japanese music, but now when I'm listening to a band, I'm always trying to find out if they are good live. Because for me, a good band should sound good live.
That makes sense.
And before Band Maid, I used to be a fan of a band called Otherworld that started in 2005. I was crazy fan of them. Made a lot of. I tried to make a lot of content, but as they are under the Sony Music Record label, they are basically shutting down everything that people are doing. Even on Facebook, I had videos shut down on Facebook. That's pretty insane.
Must not tell you what record company I was in a meeting with today. Anyway, moving on. Don't worry, I was thinking, I was like, really? Anyway. But like, I mean, Otherworld is interesting because I think Otherworld is a fantastic contrast to Band Maid, because in a way, Otherworld is a group who, they do this interesting comparison between, it's kind of metal, but there's hip hop, there's all kinds of different sounds and flavors in there. And so it's something you'd expect to take off really well overseas. But as you say, they never quite captured what the personality was that through marketing and sold that to an overseas market. But Band Maid did.
There was a time where the world was very popular in overseas, but they really missed this opportunity. And even them, I'm pretty sure that they know that they had something to do overseas, because I think it was around 2008 or 9. They started to write stuff in English from time to time. We can see from on the MVs they are writing like the credits in English. They released a documentary in 2010 or 2012. I don't remember. They added English subtitles, even though it was only sold in Japan. So they knew they knew that people from overseas were watching them and listening to their music, but they missed the opportunity to go overseas and become popular overseas. And I still talk to some people who are listening to the world daily, and on a pretty dead Discord server, like 5 people talking to each other one time a week.
And that's where Discords go. That's where Discords go.
Yeah, exactly. And they are pretty much saying everyone is pretty much saying the same thing, is that the world is dead for the overseas community and they will never leave Japan.
But do you think...
Which is really sad.
I mean, this is not an uncommon thing, but I think some artists can get to that point. And so do you think it's just a case of some artists are too cautious? They don't jump in. They don't try and grab it. So it's like, oh, maybe let's do some English subtitles or maybe this. But really what they need to do is just take the risk. It's like, let's go to Europe. Let's go to America. Let's do some shows. And if we fail, we fail. But let's just go. Do you think it's a lack of risk taking?
I don't know what it was for Otherworld, because I don't know a lot of bands in general, but I think that they are one of the band that grew the fastest ever. Like in 2010, so 5 years after their formation, they already did the Tokyo Dome and other big stadiums filled with like 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 people cheering for them.
They are huge in Japan. They are
so huge. They don't even need overseas because they are loaded of money for sure. They are doing concerts all the time. They even can afford to do concerts with only ladies or only men. And they did a lot of concerts. Like in Christmas, they had this tradition to do 2 concerts in Christmas. One on December 24 and 1/25. One just for girls and one just for men. Like they call it the Queen Party and King's Party, or something like that.
I like how all the men were probably trying to get into the other one. But
I even saw a concert where there was like a delimitation in the middle where Takuya the singer could go, and there was like men on one side and girls on the other side.
Oh, that's cool. That's actually quite cool. I like that. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah. And the set lists are different if they are singing to only girls or to only men. So yeah, there is a lot of interesting stuff regarding Otherworld, but I don't know why they missed this opportunity, because I'm pretty sure that they had the money, even if they did tour overseas and it was a big fail, which I'm pretty sure that it would not be.
No, I
I'm
don't
pretty
think
sure
it would
that
be. Yeah, yeah.
no, me neither. They have hardcore fans. I mean, Band-Maid fans are insanely rich, but I
Not
mean,
me, bro.
not you, but there are a lot of fans with like infinite
Yeah, yeah,
amount
yeah.
of money, but Otherworld fans are crazy hardcore rich. I mean, they have so many fans. They have also the fan club. They have everyone wants to buy the shirt that Takuya is wearing. It's like $200-300 from what I saw. Everything is only sold in Japan. I mean, everything is it's pretty insane. The community around Otherworld, they are all very into the band and giving everything to them. So even in 2010, they had way enough money to go around the world and try something and try to grow a community outside of Japan.
It,
And a lot of way smaller bands did it.
it's yeah, a lot of smaller bands have done it, but it seems to me
Yeah.
almost like, because the thing is that Japan, certainly when Otherworld came up, you said 2005, and
Yeah.
if you look, especially pre 2010. Japan was a very separate world. I mean, a lot of the reasons why only in the last few years copyright has loosened is because, like, Japan only copyright is a big thing, and artists like Otherworld would have experienced this. So I get the feeling that maybe they played with overseas fans, but realistically, they probably thought, well, look, we don't need overseas fans. It's like, overseas people will buy our music, but
Yeah.
we're okay actually. We can live our life just off of Japan because the
And
Japanese fan bases are big and they buy
yeah.
and there's money and
Yeah.
it's a good
Yeah.
market. So
And they are. So it was a good bet for them, I
yeah,
guess. But yeah, at first they even had a YouTube channel restricted to Japanese regions. So
really.
if you are, yeah, they had that, and they made one for overseas. So there was two different YouTube channels with different
Okay.
contents on them, and afterwards they have decided to merge them into one big channel. They even made an Instagram account for the singer,
Yeah.
and they said that they would keep it like for a year or something, and it's still up today, so it's working pretty fine for them.
I get the feeling that that does suggest to me that their copyright was split in some way
Yeah,
between the Japanese and what they usually refer to as rest of the world. Yeah, okay. But you mentioned about like fans having a lot of money, and I've always found this an interesting thing because I have massive respect for fans who adore artists who put in huge amounts of work. But I think one of the big things I've noticed about fandom, and this is something that I've noticed through the Band Maid fandom, there are others, but the Band Maid fandom has perhaps been the most obvious example, is there's some people who they might not have that much money, but their fandom shows in so many other ways. So you've got some people who can afford to go to every show and they'll just follow Band Maid to every show, and you're like, that's impressive. But then you've got
yeah,
some people like, I mean, I know obviously you're good friends with Numu as well. Numu creates just the most mind-blowing, like, self-made artwork for Band Maid. It's just like the perfect stuff. I mean, the man is a freaking legend. You've got things like that. And then, I mean, you've got some people who just like, maybe they live in Europe and Band Maid haven't come to see them in 5 years. And they're just like, I'm going to get on a plane. I don't have much money, but I'm going to spend everything I have to come to Japan and just see them at any show. And I think the interesting thing is that although we're so used to thinking of fans as being this very homologous thing, people who have the merch, have this, have the other. But I think when you get into the Bandmaid community, you see so many different types of fans who maybe they've only seen Band Maid once, and yet they are the most diehard fan you'll ever meet. And there's so many different ways of expressing fandom, and I think that's something that I very much noticed through this fandom.
Yeah, that's true. But not everyone is a huge fan of concerts, and not everyone needs to see the band in concerts to be fan of them.
That's a good
I
point.
know that a lot of people just like listen to studio albums and listen and watch videos of live performances. But for me, it's something very important, and one of the reasons why I do not listen to a lot of Otherworld anymore is that they literally failed overseas fans, and
Oh shit! Condemnation.
I listened to the last album, and it's getting not as good as it was before. So it's two of those reasons. But actually, Band Maid came at the perfect timing, because I was still listening to a lot of Otherworld, but not as much as before, and I think that without knowing, as I was looking for something else to listen to.
I'm going to ask you a question that maybe I don't think I've ever asked anyone this before, but I'm intrigued. Can you tell me, because you were an Otherworld fan before, obviously you like music. What is it about Band Maid's sound that appeals to you? Can you pick out certain things or certain qualities that Band Maid has that makes them? It's a difficult question, but I do think it's an important one to consider. I mean, I've often said that for me, one of the things that I most like about Band Maid is that, first of all, the layers of nuance, and second of all, is the fact that they are not restrained by their genre. They can just go and drop an acoustic song, a metal song, just anything that you don't know for sure what you're going to get. And that for me is the greatest quality. But I think everyone sees different things that draw them to remain a Band Maid fan. Is there something you can think of?
Yeah, I mean, music. I'm listening. Basically, I'm listening to music like all the time. So yes, I love music, and for me, music is more about feeling than. I mean, every time I listen to a Band Maid song, I could find something that I've never listened before, even though I listen to this song like 1,000 times. And there are a lot of songs that are giving me goosebumps when I'm listening to them, or sometimes not. And I mean, I feel different each time I'm listening to a Band Maid song, but I just like their sound overall. Like, there are not a lot of songs from Band Maid that I can listen and say, oh, this song is not that good. And for a band that has done like more like 120 songs, it's pretty hard. The only other band that did that for me was Otherworld, actually. Basically, I loved all of their songs. Every time they released something, it was amazing. And I have the same feeling with Band Maid. And I think that's a good sign that I love the band. Each time they are releasing something, I'm afraid that it's going to be a bad song, and that I'm not going to like it. So I want to listen to new songs, but I'm also afraid that it's going to be bad.
I think I think there's something. I think there's something very honest about that, if I may say, because there are some people who just whatever Band Maid or their favorite band releases, they'll be like, best thing in the world every time. I think that feeling of, oh god, I hope I like it. I think that's what makes you a real fan, because you like it because you like it, not because you have to like it, because you listened to it and you went, it was really good. I think that's what a fan is.
I will never force myself to like a song anyway. I love music too much to like a song because it's a song from a band. When I know that there are some Band Maid songs that are not that good, that I'm not really a fan of. But I mean, that's normal. You can't just like every song. It's not. I mean, if a band releases like 3 songs, maybe, but more than 120 songs, that's impossible. But yeah, you have to be honest and not that's also something that I really don't like. People are saying yes to everything, and just because Band-Maid releasing something, it's good. Like you missed it, but we had a conversation about Band-Maid and the mix of their songs, especially studio versus live.
Well, this is a big conversation. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a really, really big conversation, and some people, myself included, are saying that the studio version are very, very bad, and that the live version are incredible, and they should just tell the guy who is handling the mix for the live version to do the studio albums, because you can't hear everything on the studio version. Like if you listen to Protect You, the live version of the Summer Sonic versus the studio version that we heard on YouTube are two totally different songs.
I mean, okay, I'm going to present an argument because obviously I did a whole video about this, and I've worked both live and I've worked in the studio. I mean, I literally just came out of a full day studio session, so I'm not even joking, man. I just came straight out of the studio, came straight back to do this. Actually, we came via an izakaya. But I'm like, so I mean, I have a lot of love for the studio, but I'm not, at the same time, I've worked in live venues a lot as well, especially when I was in London, and it's a big thing where I really respect the two of them, and I think this is one of the reasons why things like the YouTube channel, the First Take, has taken off.
Yeah.
I think this is why people like it, is because it brings you that studio quality of like being a proper, like, it's clean, it's well recorded, you can hear the details.
Yeah.
And this is one thing I don't like about live recordings is people go, you can hear everything, and a lot of the time, no, you can't, because it's not mic'd up properly. But then again, what's the point in going and miking everything up if you're going to compress it and make it sound awful? Because the studio engineer, by the way, that's the studio engineer. I photographed him from behind. So like, I think there is. I agree with both parties. I think if a studio recording is done well, it can be brilliant, and that doesn't mean you still get the producer in, get people to work with them, arranges everything, build up the songs, make it a dream recording. A live recording, get it mic'd up properly as much as you can. You still want the band to move around. Both can be fantastic, but I think it's become very common now to romanticize the live performance. Like, but live is what real fans like, and then treat the studio recording as trash. But I think if like a band like Band Maid went in and recorded an album, but kind of like the First Take, just record it raw, and then the producer just cleans it up, I think people would go, this is better than live for a recording, I think it's just that we don't get enough nice raw live recordings.
Yeah.
What would you I mean, would you, if you got a Band Maid album came out and it was really raw, like studio, clean, well produced, but raw, does that make sense? Would that be something that would be kind of like a fix for you?
I would need to listen to it first to tell you.
They're all bad songs.
But yeah, they need. I mean, I'm not a sound engineer, so I can just tell you what my ears are hearing and how it sounds to me. So that's all I can say. But most of the time, I can't really focus on one thing and say, "Oh, I want to hear this part," but I can't. Like in Protect You, for example, I can't hear Miku, even though she's doing crazy things. I can't really hear what she's doing. And in the live version, you can. So it's amazing. I had to watch the video from Alan from the Codec to hear Miku.
Okay. Yeah, it's like you can't a lot of the time work out. Yeah, I get that. So out of interest then, like, what do you what are the songs you most prefer live? What song?
That's one of the impossible questions.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's one of the impossible questions.
That's what you're here for.
I think that live, my favorite parts are the acoustic parts, like when they
Okay.
perform Puzzle live, for example. Like Puzzle live is amazing. Puzzle, the acoustic version of Puzzle is amazing. I would kill someone to hear the acoustic version of YOLO again, because I have just a recording from someone at the Japanese concerts, and it was amazing. I don't know why they didn't play it again, because it's a very popular song.
To
And
make
they
you
did
want it
an acoustic
more.
version already.
To make you want it more.
Probably something like that. So I don't know. I think that the best songs live, I mean, hearing them live or being there where they are played, because this is two different experiences.
Yeah. Well,
When you're there, the song that have a lot of call and responses are the best. Like Don't You Tell Me, like Domination, songs like that when you can sing with the band are the best for me.
I think for me, like, I struggle watching live recordings, and I mean, I understand, like, if you I grew up in England, and you know, when I grew up, we didn't have Japanese bands coming there, although we do now. And so, like, I understand that feeling of liking music you can't see live. So I totally understand why people like live recordings, especially if they can't travel to see a show. But for me, like, if I did see the show, I don't want to see the recording. So, like, I went to the 10th anniversary live in Yokohama Arena. I just don't want to see the recording. That's my memory. That's my memory now. It's I got it here.
Yeah, I get
It's
that.
like, you know, I don't want to see it literal. It's like no, that's my memory. Leave my memory alone. So it's interesting, isn't it? You have a very difficult relationship with these things. So now this is a weird question. Have you seen Band Maid live?
4 times.
4 times. And where did you see them?
Yeah. In the US tour 2022.
Okay.
So it was Washington, New York, Philadelphia, and Boston.
Damn, that's a travel list. So you certainly traveled. You followed them. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you feel like that was almost like a pilgrimage, like something you had to do, and then when you did it, you felt?
I mean, it felt weird because the only band I was really a fan of was Otherworld, and I never get a chance to see them. I saw some bands that I liked, but not as much as Band Maid or Otherworld. And the first time that I felt something was when the bus arrived and we were just in front of the bus. We knew that the members were in this bus, and I was realizing that I'm going to see the band that I've been listening to for like almost a year, every day, nonstop, watching lives and listening to songs. So it felt very weird. It felt, I mean, I don't have that much memories of those 4 concerts, even though they were one of the most amazing things that I've been to. But there was a lot of crying, a lot of screaming, a lot of things happening.
A lot of emotions flying around.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of emotions. But the reason why I went, at first I was thinking about going to see them, but after seeing the prices and thinking about it, I could not really afford to do that. But someone in the community paid 3 of the VIP tickets for me.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, I gotta go now.
Yeah, I was about to say you can't go. Well, thank you for that, but unfortunately, I'm busy.
Exactly.
I have a dentist appointment. Sorry. But
So yeah, I bought the plane ticket and the last VIP tickets to the Boston show, and
I have
that's
I have to quickly check with you. Your camera, I think it froze a little while ago.
oh yeah, you're right. Uh, Let me check that because
You gone from orange to black real quick.
yeah,
Oh, connect to device running cam. Oh, there we go. He's
there we
back.
go.
We were talking about
That's
how cool it
because
is.
it yeah, I did an update. That's why.
We were talking about how cool it is you're using your phone instead of a webcam, and then that happened. Or at least it looks
Exactly.
bright outside. At least it's bright outside. So another question that I wanted to move on to, and for me this is a bit of a biggie, is that obviously you set up the NEK Discord, and NEK
Yeah.
are a very interesting band. You know, I mean, they are still playing live houses that are not huge, but now they're
Yeah.
doing one-man shows. They're selling out. They're doing big one-man shows. They're selling out. This is a band on the rise, and it's interesting because they have really gained a lot of popularity through the Band-Maid community, and there's reasons for that.
Yes.
But how did you first hear of them yourself?
I got a recommendation on my YouTube page for Get Over.
Really? That
I think
simple?
it
That simple?
was. Yeah. It was on my YouTube homepage, just like that.
Okay. And what did you think? What was your first thought when you heard them?
I like the song. It's way different than a Band-Maid song and how I felt when I listened to Band-Maid, but I really liked it, so I was interesting to see what they did. And so I found their social media accounts, and I could check whatever they have released on their accounts on their YouTube channels. And I thought that it was interesting to see what the band was going to do. I first started to. I mean, I didn't expect to follow them that hard. Actually, I just followed Kokoro first, the drummer, because I like drums, and I wrote a random comment under one of her tweets, and she answered me, and I was like, "Oh, they answered to tweets. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great."
Yeah.
That
Kokoro
was pretty
especially.
good.
Kokoro really replies. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Natsu also replays a lot. Both of them. I think Ika is one of the one that are not replaying a lot. But yeah, since that I decided to follow all the members and the account of the band and see what they are going to bring to the music industry.
With a lot of the bands we work with here, it's become a running joke that if you want to find who's in charge of the band, go talk to the drummer. It's always the drummer. The drummer's in charge. And so you look at Kokoro and you're like, yeah, I think Kokoro's in charge. She's in charge, yeah. She's the boss.
It looks like she's in charge because she's doing the MCs. So it looks like she's in charge.
She's got a boss thing going on, yeah. So okay, so was there a moment was there a moment when you thought, wow, this is not just a band, this is something special? What was the moment when it became something special for you?
Probably when I listened to the first shorts of their other songs, like Maze. Especially Maze. I think the first time I heard the first shot of Maze, I was like, this is a great song, and I want to hear more of it and more songs from this band.
Okay. So
I think it started with Maze because Get Over was great, but it was not.
I know you've watched my review, so yeah, go ahead. Go on, tell me how
No, I
Maze.
mean, Guitar was great, but it was not it it was not at the level of the song I was listening at this time. The Band-Maid songs. I mean, you can't really compare them, but I didn't
It's
have
a
the
very
same
different band,
feeling
yeah.
that I have for Band-Maid songs.
Yeah, I think that like if you wanted to find a song that would connect Neki fans to Band Maid, Maze is the best song. I think that's the song that is most of a bridge between the two sounds.
I think that you're having connection issues because
Oh, am I?
it gets a lot. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Uh oh. Uh oh.
Yes.
Oh no, that was slow. That was slow. Okay, all right, all
But
right.
your camera is freezing a lot.
Oh really? Oh shit. Oh, I think I might know the reason why. Give me a moment. Talk to the camera. All right, talk to the people while I sort this out. Hello? Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It turned out that my internet was running entirely off of an external phone battery, and I forgot to plug it into the actual electricity. So that might be the reason.
Oh.
It's possible. We'll find out soon.
Okay. Yeah.
I hope you had a good time with the audience there. So like well, one of the big things is that I know that you have been creating a lot of content. Well, no, not like a huge amount, but you've been creating really good quality content, is the way I'd describe it. So you've been really analyzing things like Band Maid NEK, things that people really care about in this community. How did that come about?
It actually started with the Band Maid Nippon radio show. When I came to learn about Band Maid, I think it was just 1 or 2 months after that, they did the Band Maid. They started the Band Maid radio show, Band Maid Nippon radio, and I saw that I was pretty active. I mean, I was pretty active. I was watching Reddit carefully to see anything new because I didn't have the Discord at this time. But yeah, I was looking at Reddit and I saw Tishinji posting translations, and I was like, maybe it would be cool to listen to the radio show and see the translation in real time instead of just having a page on one side of the screen and listening. Trying to read and to find what they are talking about with the translation. So it was pretty easy because I already did subtitled video before, so it was not really a great deal of learning how to edit to properly edit a video. Just adding subtitles was pretty easy. So I did that, and the first episode worked pretty well. I was not really expecting that. But I had also comments of people saying that they couldn't see the subtitles properly, and I learned that the best subtitles are actually black and over a white background. So I was not expecting that at all. So that's why I released a classic version with subtitles in red for Miku and blue for Saiki, with a black background and a colorblind version.
Thank you. I'm not saying I'm colorblind. My eye's just a mess.
So it all started with that, and starting from that, I had the idea of making an animated version. So I worked with I tried to find people making artworks of Band-Maid over the internet, and I found Yoda-san, who made great artworks on Twitter. And I contacted her through Tishinji, and I was working with both of them to make drawings and to create a sort of animated version of the Band Maid NEK radio show. And working on this type of video really killed me, because it took so long to edit frame by frame, adding images by images to make it match what they are talking about and stuff like that. So yeah, it took a lot of time to be made. Like it took 2 weeks of hard work just for one 20-minute episodes. Yeah. So it was a long, very long process to edit those videos, but it was very fun.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But you've come a long way though, because obviously that's such an interesting starting point. But now, like, a lot of the content you post is related to it's very specifically like almost like documentary content. You really talk about what's happening with the artists. You try to get an understanding of them to new fans.
Yeah, because someone joined the Band Maid community server. I don't remember when it was, but it joined and immediately DM'd me saying, "Hey, I'm a professional voice actor, so if you need me to do anything, just let me know." And I didn't have any idea of what I was going to do with him. And now you know where Casper Michaels comes from. And now he's voicing most of my videos. That's a very funny story.
Now we know where that voice comes from.
Exactly.
I was secretly wondering whether he was an AI for a long time.
I mean, I was like, I don't know the guy, so I was like, should I trust him? The first thing I ask is that, can you send me like demos of what you're doing and things like that? And he instantly show me his webpage. And when I heard his voice, I was like, okay, I need to do something with this
guy. he just sounds like every announcement.
Like, that's insane, because every time I ask him I sent him a script like an hour later. You have the perfect recording with the perfect voice. That's insane. Sometimes I ask him stuff, and 10 minutes later you have the whole video ready. But I mean, all the audio ready to be edited. Yeah, he's really fast working. Really careful about what he's doing, and doing the right tone, the right changing the words so it feels better, because I'm not English, so I don't have a lot of vocabulary, so sometimes he's adding stuff and changing phrases. But
sorry,
basically
sorry.
Basically from the start, I'm just discovering new stuff every day. I will never know what I'm doing, but that's the thing. I'm just learning.
That's wonderful. You never want to be complacent. You always want to be learning new things. You always want to be pushing forwards. If you know everything you're doing, then you're not doing anything new.
I don't know anything that I'm doing, even right now.
Then everything's
I mean, I learned to, at first I learned to edit videos, because I'm looking at what the videos that I released, and the first real edits that I did is the cover of Onset. When I started the Band Maid community server, I tried to invite as many reactors as I could find on YouTube, the ones that really loved Band Maid and we have reacted to a lot of songs. So I had a lot of musicians joining the Discord. So we tried to set up covers at this time, and it was my first experience in the editing world, if I may say.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing that I learned, and afterwards writing scripts, something that I never thought that I would do one day, like writing a script for someone to narrate something.
Writing scripts is weirdly stressful. I think you worry a lot about if you have said everything well. I know that when I write scripts, I get very, very unhappy with them. It takes me a long time to be happy with a script.
I mean, the good thing with my script is that I read the script, Casper records his voice, I listen to Casper's voice, and I'm saying, okay, that's perfect, let's go.
Casper makes everything okay. Casper
Exactly.
I need a Casper.
Exactly.
I need a Casper.
You need a Casper.
I've got Choker. I'll be like, Choker, just say it in Japanese. Yeah, I'm gonna get Choker to record all my scripts from now on. They'll be like, they're perfect. Look at her. You wouldn't say no to that face. That's my new approach.
But I don't like on all my videos that are some videos that I don't really like and I don't like to watch again. That's why I'm redoing the documentaries, because I want to do them in a different way.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I think I've been doing YouTube for a while now, and obviously I started through we did a radio show. Then the radio show, we brought it onto YouTube. That's the polite way of putting it. And then the radio show evolved into like a reaction channel, like a lot of reaction videos. And it's kind of evolved and evolved and evolved. And it took maybe like 2 or 3 years before I said, well, look, I'm doing most of the work. And the channel became me. And I said, well, look, I want to be proud of what I make. And it's like, I like reaction videos, but I don't know. I don't feel like super proud when I put a reaction video out. It's like anyone can do a reaction video. I was like, what do I feel proud of? So I stopped doing reactions and I started doing reviews, and the views went down.
Yeah.
No reactions, just views. And I kept working and slowly I got it good, and I started doing like very scripted reviews, and then the views started going up again, and up and up and up. And now, so like this year we had like my Miku video, 16,000 views, the Baby Metal F Hero video, 14,000 views, the Neki video was 4,000 views, you know, and I'm thinking, this is good. I'm proud of this.
Yeah.
I'm proud of this.
Yeah.
And I think if you make YouTube videos, really, you just kind of want to be proud of what you make. Like, I made something good today. You know, it's that feeling. Yeah. So I think your videos are very, like, I think you can be very proud. Like,
I mean, I think it was yesterday I watched a reactor reacting to the new version of Kanami's documentary. And what I like when I do those documentaries is that the last part will always be emotional. So I'm choosing the perfect song, and Casper is doing the perfect voice. And and the thing is that when I watch the last part of Miku's documentary or the last part of Kanami's documentary, I cry in the end. So it means that I did a good work. At least I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
Because I think that the song, the voice, the images on the screen, it all works as. I don't think that I could do a better work on those ones. And sometimes the reactor is talking at this time, and I'm like, shut up and listen.
But if it was Casper,
yeah.
I think.
But yeah, I'm at a point where I watch videos of people reacting to my videos. So I can at least be proud of that. I can at least be proud of that.
I was really surprised when someone reacted to my video.
I bet. I mean, the first time I saw a reaction of my first documentary, I was like, "What? Are really people going to react to my videos?
So pay me."
That's
Block.
No,
block. Copyright strike.
And I don't even monetize my videos, so I won't block someone who is reacting to them.
You and me both. I actually didn't know that, but yeah, I'm the same. I don't monetize anything I do, so I'm interested to hear that. Yeah, I get it. That's very interesting.
I mean, I'm mostly using content made by Band-Maid, so why should I monetize something that is not mine?
I'm so happy to hear you say that. I've been saying this for so long, and people tell me like, "Oh, but you can still monetize it." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's not actually my material. I'm adding something, but it's not mine." And you do like scripts. You do like you have a voice, a narrator. So you do a lot of work, and yet I really respect that. I think that's a very honourable approach. So yeah, I think that's wonderful. All right, so honest questions. Band-Maid, epic narratives. What are your hopes for epic narratives?
I'm waiting not patiently to hear Toi moi, because it's a French title, so it could be French in the song. So I know that usually Miko is doing a great job when it comes to write lyrics. So if there will be French words in it, it should make sense. I don't know if the words will be properly pronounced, but at least they will be there.
You will understand them. You will understand them.
I will. I'm not sure that I will understand, because like English, people are trying to speak French, Japanese. There are a lot of sounds that exist in French that doesn't exist in other languages, especially English and Japanese, not Latin-based languages. But for English and Japanese, some sounds are very weird for them because it doesn't exist in their language. So I don't know.
Can I just say, in all honesty, like the recording session I was in today, I was in the studio with I'm going to say it, the band who I'm most excited about in the world, full stop.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the singer and I had been talking for a while, and she wanted to record a few of the songs in English. So we had spent hours writing the lyrics in Japanese, changing them to English, making them so they rhymed, so they had every bit of feeling, like going through like the synonyms, getting every word perfect. She would send me like 2:00 in the morning, like audio message, like, oh, it's her singing. Okay, I would sing, send it back, and we would do this over and over. And today we went into the studio, and she's like, but by the end, the recording was amazing. It was so good that we had like 100 takes, because when you say the words, you can make the sounds, but the minute you sing them, it's so much more difficult. So difficult. And so we had been talking like audio memos, and then when she went to sing, just no, the sounds won't happen. So
did you do the same thing that Band-Maid is doing when they are singing English, like adding syllables in words that have like daydreaming instead of daydreaming?
Well, the weird thing is that so I worked in the UK. I worked with many types of music, but I worked a lot. I worked a lot with rap and hip hop. So I was very familiar with syllable placement and syllables to rhythms. So when we translated the songs, I was really focused on, okay, I know how she's going to say it. I understand Japanese, hiragana, katakana. Like let's get the syllable placement. So we're outside in the break room, and we're like going through every syllable. And it's I think getting the rhythm correct and the feeling correct is really important. Plus, English rhymes in a very different way from Japanese. Like Japanese rhymes are all the time, but English rhymes have to be planned. You have to really put the rhyme in the right words. So we worked so hard on that, and she's like delivering lines that have 3 rhymes, duh, 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 and she has to put it in the right place. It was a 3-minute song. We started at 11 o'clock in the morning, and we finished at 8 o'clock. We did 9 hours on a 3-minute song. That girl is a freaking legend. I absolutely love her. So, but because I had heard so many songs before where someone said, "Oh, it's in English," I listened to it like, really? That's in English? What the fuck are they saying? So I was like, I don't want it to be that. I want people to listen to it and go, "Oh, it's in English," you know. So I appreciate that.
I talked about that because we are working on the cover of Daydreaming, and the singer is actually American, and she couldn't say daydreaming. She said daydreaming, but with like a gap between day and dreaming. So it sounds weird when you listen to it and you are used to listen to the real version of daydreaming.
Daydreaming.
And she said daydreaming, so it's very weird. It's like it's missing one syllable.
You have to write it for her. Daydreaming.
Yeah.
Daydreaming. Yeah.
But they like to add syllables in English words.
Well, yeah. I mean, my name is Howard, but in Japan it's Hawado.
Awado.
Hawado.
Awado.
Do. Yeah. So, あなたはオレンジ。
Ohrenje.
Orange.
I mean, my name is Arthur, but in Japanese it's just Asa.
Asa.
So it's the same. Asa.
Asa. かっこいい. Cool name. You sound, Arthur's cool in Japanese. Asa. I am Asa. Yeah, you could do that. Wow. Okay. So with the new Band-Maid album, Epic Narratives, you know what songs you want? Yeah. You want to know what songs you want, but like tonally, what are we thinking?
I mean, at first of all, I was not expecting Shambles to be in there.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of people were saying that Bestie would not be in there, but it's a collaboration, so I thought that it would be in there. We knew that Magi, Brightest Star, and Go Easy will be on the album. Show Them as well, for sure. Protect You, probably. So it's 5 songs. Yeah. I was not expecting Shambles, and I was not expecting Memorable. Especially Memorable. Yeah. Memorable was not really expecting to be in this album, but maybe they needed more songs to fill the album and say, "Oh, look, we have an album with 14 songs," instead of making new songs. That I don't know. I don't even know why it took so long to be made, actually, because the previous album, I wasn't
touring the US.
Yeah, but this year was pretty quiet, so they had a lot of time to. I mean, Brightest Star was already done by 2023. Go Easy also was already done by 2023. Magi was already done, so they have 3 songs already done by 2023. Protect You was already done by 2023 as well, because we heard the trailer of the first version in December, so the song was already done. So they had 4 songs done for the album, so they only had the rest to record. I don't know when they knew about the recording of the song Show Them with the warning, but I'm pretty sure that everything has been done when they went to Japan 2 weeks before the concert.
I think they planned that in advance. I think that was
probably
not last minute. Yeah.
But it means that they wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new songs. There are actually 6 new songs in the album on a 14 songs album. So I don't know. I thought that there would be more collaboration with bands actually, because when they announced there would be collaboration with overseas bands, I expected like 2, 3, 4 collaboration in the album.
There might
But
still
in the
be
end,
more. There might be more that we don't know.
yeah, I thought that, but we don't. They didn't announce anything, and the release is like in a month, so it would be weird to announce now that there
True.
will be one more band in. And they also announced the order of the set list, so I'm pretty sure that it's final.
I think.
But
Yeah. So.
I don't know. I heard a little bit of Go Easy, and for me it sounds a little bit like it's. I have the same feeling that I have with Protect You and Shambles. It sounds like a fast-paced song with powerful lyrics. So that's a song that I expect to be good. Um, just because I'm French, I'm just expecting Toi et moi. But apart from that, I really don't know what to expect because Band-Maid is going to every direction they can and trying stuff all the time.
I mean,
So I don't know.
you say about the French naming, but obviously, like Maggie, like I was thinking, who's Maggie? And then I found out, oh,
Oh,
Maggie, like German Maggie. So
yeah,
they got
exactly.
some European names in there, but there was no European
Yes.
lyrics in Maggie.
But there one maybe because it's not easy to put a German word in the middle of a Japanese
Oh, it
song.
would
I
be
don't know.
amazing, wouldn't it? Just in the middle of a Band-Maid song, Bratwurst, Bratwurst. In the middle of a Band-Maid song, I'll fucking pay for that.
I will pay to hear Miku like shouting a word in German during a song. That would be amazing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9. Why not? Why not? Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I know that Japanese people in general really like French as a language, and they like to add French in everything, even though it doesn't make sense.
Yes.
So maybe they will add some French word in the song.
Kind of
But
hope
it
they
means,
do.
yeah, me too. But it means that they have to go to Europe now.
Well, yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, you can't have an album with a song with a German title and a French title and not come to Europe.
I mean,
That's not possible.
you can if you just want to really piss people off, but that's
They already did that last year, so they should not try this again for next year.
I know we talked about this on DM. It's my great belief that with epic narratives coming out, there's got to be an epic narratives tour, and
Yeah.
I am of the belief that the epic narratives tour is going to be, as it's their first full album after all of the COVID stuff. That's going to be their
Yeah.
first album where they're going to have a full tour and they're going to go back to Europe. I just stay with me. Stay with me. They're going to Europe. that was a deep sip. That was a deep sip.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, next year it will be next year it will be 6 years, half of the years of activity of Band-Maid. And I mean, if it was just that, I would be okay, fine. But they did tour in Europe every year since they started to tour overseas. So not seeing them for 6 years when they came 3 years in a row, 4 years in a row, that really hurts. Especially when they announced that they went to the US 3 times in 2023.
I think that was the big thing, is that a lot of people felt like their repeat visits to the US, which I totally understand.
Me too, yeah.
It's like, as much as I understand it, it's like, ugh, you need to show a little bit of love to the European audience, because there's a lot of people in Europe who support, and I know them, who supported Band Maid through like
Oh yeah.
through like COVID, through everything, who stayed Band-Maid fans. So this is why I feel like Epic Narratives is the perfect opportunity to reunite with the European fan base, and so
I don't see a world where they don't tour in Europe next year.
yeah,
But
yeah,
if they don't, it will be their biggest miss
yeah, I agree.
because I mean they had a very successful tour in 2022 just after COVID because they were back with a new album and a lot of people outside of the US actually fly to see them and and they had a lot of attention from the US media, and if they had done the same thing in Europe the following year, so in 2023, they would be the queen of the world right now, because they would have the attention of Europe and the US, the two biggest markets after Japan. But
I think it's also worth saying as well that, like you say, people will travel, but people have limited means. So if you turned up and said, "Look, okay, we're going to do Europe. We're just going to do like, I don't know, Munich and Paris, or Berlin and London, just two." People will travel. You will fill. You will fill those venues, and
easy.
all the people who just know you came to Europe will love you for doing it. So I really hope we get to see Band-Maid back in Europe, because there's a lot of other bands are touring in Europe while Band-Maid are not, which
all the other bands are touring in Europe.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
Every day I see a Japanese band touring, announcing a tour in Europe. Every day.
No, and the really bad thing is that I know some of my friends who don't have a lot of money who follow my channels, and they've said things like, "Oh, I was saving this money for Band-Maid, but they didn't come, so I went to Hanabiya," or something like that. Or I went, and it's like literally people are giving their like Band-Maid money to other bands. So it's like, come on, like 2025, let's do it. Come on, let's bring it back.
That's something that's I don't know if I should say weird about Band-Maid recently, is that they showed us that they know that we will give them a lot of money, especially through the merch. Yeah. Because if you remember the day of Maid of 2023, I think Miku said, "Yes, spend a lot of money in your match. It's fine. Just buy everything."
I remember that actually. I was like, I don't have any money. I was like, I'm sorry.
And now, I mean, recently you can see some of the members tweeting in English saying that you should come to Japan. There are concerts that you should not miss. Like, they are counting on people outside of Japan to fly to Japan to actually see them, and
I mean,
that's really
a lot of people do. I mean, like, I have been to like, obviously, to just take the Yokohama Arena show. There was a lot of overseas folks there, but I think the point. So a lot of the time when I talk to people about this subject and they talk about European tours, they say, "Oh, but if they go to Europe, they won't make any money. They'll lose money." I go, "Yeah, at first they will lose money, but they will make that money back." CD sales, merchandise sales, the fans who are like, "I saw Band-Maid, I'm going to buy a t-shirt, or I'll go onto their site and I'll buy their next CD or something." People will just love you for turning up. You will make the money back after. So I think, it's one of those things where of course, bands, they should sell merchandise because that's how they make money. But, like in Band-Maid's case, just turning up, just being in Europe, people will buy merch. Don't worry about the travel cost. People will buy merch. You're going to make that money somehow. So,
yeah. And a lot of people are saying that they should be invited to festival to come to Europe. But if they never come to Europe, how can they be invited in festivals? That's
That's a
the
good
problem.
answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they went to the US in 2022. It was a very successful tour. Everything was sold out. Everyone was very happy. And then that's weird. But next year they have been invited in big festivals. That's weird because maybe because they toured the year before,
You'd
and now people
think
are like,
so.
just invite them to European festivals. But they have to come to Europe first and make a name and get
But
attentions, get the attention of.
they have a name. They got to keep the
They
name.
yeah, they have the name, but they have a name in the US and around amongst the US festivals. But I don't know if their name is as big as it is over there that is here in Europe. And
Make
I don't know if festivals should be like, hey, let's invite this band who didn't came for 6 years.
yeah, could be an issue. So we need to
Yeah.
make world domination again.
Yeah, because I mean, you're a festival and you're inviting bands. You are maybe thinking if a band goes to the US multiple times every year and never to Europe, you might think maybe there is a good reason why they don't come. They don't come to Europe, and maybe it's not a good band to bank to pay to come to our festival.
I think
So
so.
it could be. I mean, I don't know how festival works actually, but
I mean,
that's just my guess.
I mean, obviously there's a lot of details, but the surface is pretty simple. You know, if you are popular, festivals want you, and if you are a little bit popular, you can convince festivals. Like festivals basically just want to put on artists who will make people buy tickets. So
Yeah, of course.
yeah, if you can say, look, we have, this video, it's got 250,000 views. This video's got 2 million views. Festivals will pick up your request pretty quickly, I think. So, yeah. I really do hope Band-Maid end up back in Europe. And world domination continues, because it should be world domination.
Yeah, not US domination.
Yeah. They got the US. America's fallen. Okay,
Yeah,
you win. You
it's
win.
okay. They can skip US next year and just come to Europe. That's fine.
I agree
Like
with that.
exactly what they did in 2023. A big tour in Japan, a big tour in Europe. Finally at Budokan or something like that. Something not too big because the Yokohama Arena was half empty, so they shouldn't aim for a too big venue.
Yokohama Arena was interesting because I think it was a pretty much perfect. Like, so yeah, there were empty seats at the top, but it was this like perfect feeling where everyone felt like you could move. You could move.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, financially, this is not necessarily perfect. Financially, you don't want anyone moving, but like from an experience perspective, which is what the 10th anniversary show is about, the experience was perfectly captured. People could move. That it was a real party sort of carnival feeling. But I agree, it's like you can't sell out venues like that. That's too much. No. That's a big venue.
At least for now.
Yeah,
maybe later.
In the future. Well, hopefully
exactly.
in the future. Yeah,
hopefully, yeah.
But yeah, like for now, there are. I mean, the hall tour was a very good idea. Like halls are big. You get a lot of people into a hall, but it's not too big. It's just right.
Yeah, it's like 2,500 or 3,000 people, something like that.
That would be my guess. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
about right.
I think that's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I don't know how big they can. I mean, I don't know how many people were at the Yokohama Arena concerts. Some people are saying like 7,000, 9,000. Something like that.
I would more answer the question as a percentage. I would say that the venue was 80% full.
Oh, that's much more than I thought. Because I think that the Yokohama Arena can hold like 1,700 people.
Yeah, it's very big. It's very big.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I would say it was 80% full.
Okay.
That's my personal
Yeah.
estimation from looking. I'm pretty convinced. Like, I went to the Baby Metal Fox Fest, and they had their own festival, and that was in Saitama Super Arena, and Saitama Arena is pretty big, and I think
Yeah, Saitama Arena is pretty big. Yeah.
that's a pretty. I think that was maybe like 60% full. It's like you know
Oh.
that's a difficult venue to fill.
Yeah, maximum capacity is like 36,000 people.
I think Tokyo Dome might be. Oh, Tokyo Dome's bigger. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, Tokyo Dome is bigger. Yeah.
So all right, I'm gonna live check Saitama Super Arena capacity 37,000. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's that, and then
Tokyo Dome 55,000.
55,000, and
Yeah.
Yokohama Arena 17,000. Oh, okay. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So Yokohama Arena is quite a bit smaller. Okay,
that's pretty crazy. When I'm saying that Otherworld did, I mean, they did a concert sold out at the Tokyo Dome just 5 years after its formation. That's
pretty big.
Insane.
Yeah,
that's insane. I know that their biggest concert was pretty recently. They did a concert in a venue with like I think it was 72,000 people.
But I think sometimes you have fans and sometimes you are fashionable. So, like for example, like YOASOBI, like now YOASOBI are just they're the biggest artist. YOASOBI, biggest because of one song which has been charting forever. And you know, I respect that. And I saw YOASOBI and they filled Tokyo Dome. Like they filled it like really easy. It wasn't even a problem. It was easy. And it's like, but that's like one song. Everyone's waiting for one song. That's an interesting power. But then you look at bands like Scandal, and Scandal are probably the most influential girls band ever in Japan, really, for what they've done, and yet they don't fill very big venues. They really don't. I mean, if they tried to fill, I think if Scandal played Yokohama Arena, it wouldn't be. Nah, it would. Nah, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's just that's. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't feel like that's what they're doing now in 2024. Yeah. So it's interesting. Sometimes being the biggest is not always the best. Sometimes it's having the most loyal fans, because I think Scandal are much more comfortable than YOASOBI. Like YOASOBI, they're like, what do we do now? Like Scandal is just be Scandal forever. You know? Yeah. That's a very interesting. I think Band Maid are in a nice middle ground. They're cool, but they also have loyal fans.
Exactly. I mean, it's always better to have a core fan base that is really into the band and will follow the band until they die, instead of like millions of followers that just listen to one song and don't care if you release anything else but that song.
Why doesn't that sound like the last song?
I mean, if you listen to most of the American music, people are happy if when they listen to an album there is like one or two good songs. That's enough for them. So,
but I mean, I guess in a way that's a fair question, if you don't mind me asking, is because, I mean, obviously I came to Japan for many reasons. One, really the main one is because I just like loved Japanese music. But I'm intrigued. Is there a balance for you? Do you really listen to non-Japanese music very much? And do you mainly listen to Japanese music now?
I think that I listen to Japanese like 99.9% of the time. and and in this 99.9 there is 99.9 Band-Maid. So
So basically, you just listen to Band Maid.
yeah, basically I'm just listening to Band-Maid. No, I'm listening
Neki are
to
sad.
I'm listening to I think I can listen to any type of music, really. When I first listened to music, I was listening to what was played at the radio, like everyone else, and it was at the early days of internet, so there was not a lot of YouTube a lot. There were not a lot of sharing videos over the internet, sharing songs. Like Spotify didn't exist, Deezer didn't exist,
LimeWire.
LimeWire, Emule, stuff like that.
Wait,
Kaza. I think the first one was Kaza.
I'm going to call the police now. I don't know if they prosecute 20-year-old crimes.
But yeah, I mean, I remember that at one time I've downloaded a music video from Otherworld, and the format was MPEG, and MPEG are really big.
MPEG,
and it was like
MPEG. Yeah, with the E.
Yeah. And it was like 250 megabytes.
Yeah.
And I've downloaded. I think it took me 2 days to download it.
Yes.
This time.
Yes.
But I had my music video in high quality, and I was happy. So it was good times.
I'll tell you a funny story. So I think was it 2000 and must have been 2004. I'd come back from Japan and I returned to my hometown, and I was living in my hometown, and it was the only place I could afford to live. And I was in a family house, and we had no internet. Well, my dad had internet, but no one else in the house had internet. So if I wanted internet, I had to go to the local library.
Oh.
So I was like, okay. And there was like a new video from Otherworld coming out. So I was like, oh, I want to check out the new Otherworld video. I was like, oh, I'm really excited. It's coming out today. So I go to the library and I start it up. And of course, it's on like launch.yahoo.com because there was no YouTube back then. And so I load it up. And look, just for anyone who doesn't know, it's the Tulip video by Otherworld, which means that very quickly it's like loading up, like one frame stop. And very quickly we get a half naked guy in a bath covered in water. It's just frame stuck in the middle of a library for quite a long time.
Perfect timing.
So anyone who hasn't seen it, go check out the Tulip video by Otherworld, and you'll know exactly what took me about 4 hours to load in a library. That was a difficult 4 hours of explaining.
Yeah, talking about libraries, I live in the countryside, so my internet was very slow.
I can tell by your window.
Yeah, not this time. I have the fiber. I have a very high speed connection, so we're fine. But when I was at school, we had the library in the school, and we had internet, a way much faster internet. So I used to download songs from those computers and put them on my USB key.
Yes. Yes.
And I had found at this time I had found a website. It's like a website that you wouldn't trust today. It's like a black page with just text and links to download directly the songs. So that's a very weird one, but that's
and missile codes, songs and missile codes.
that's where I've downloaded my first songs from Otherworld and other animes.
You're still being spied on by someone in Russia who's got like a sort of 1997 computer or something. And he's still spying on you to this very day. But Yeah, I think there was something like I remember when you could download music onto like the school computer and take it home, and you felt like such a criminal, but also at the same
Yeah,
time such a badass. It's like,
I think that I never cared about learning stuff. I was never like, oh, it's bad. No, I just download everything that I want, and
I need to check.
but
By the way, you're calling from home, not a prison, right?
it's a green screen
Okay.
actually, so
This-
you can so
Hey, we just found out that the recording stopped while we were talking. It's okay. It's fine.
it's okay.
It's fine. Yeah. Well, you missed all that great stuff where like Orange talked about all the crimes and where the bodies are buried and
Yeah, so nothing really important.
I'm gonna leave
Next-
that. I'm gonna leave that hanging.
Next question, please.
Do you want to call your lawyer before the next question?
Maybe I should.
Yeah, so I mean, so basically, we moved on to talking about things like the whole situation with like Band Maid, NEK, and just generally the positivity of the future. And there is a lot to be said about the future. There's a lot to be said about the future for these bands. I think the Band Maid, they've done so much that there's not a huge amount of pressure on them. All they have to do is just remain interesting.
And conquer Europe.
Where world domination.
I mean, for me, that their next goal should be to conquer Europe because they conquered the US.
Do you mean
They are
reconquer Europe?
reconquer Europe.
Yeah, I think it's reconquer
Exactly.
Europe.
Yeah, because I think that they are fine in Japan. In the US, even though they can continue to grow in Japan, but their next target should be Europe.
I agree. I think so. And when it comes to NEK, I think their first EP was so inspiringly cool. And they did lots of 5 tracks again. Nothing like Band Maid, but the same. I got the same feeling of wow, this is rock but inspiring, but otherwise very different. And yeah, I thought it was great. So I'm excited. I'm very excited to see what they do next because they have 5 songs.
Yes, and we know that they are playing more of them already, so we could expect something to be released before the last one man of the year.
Trident
At least a
style.
single.
Trident style.
Yeah,
Let's have a mini album every month.
Yeah.
It's
there are
February.
bands like that. That's also why I loved to follow Otherworld because like every 2 months something was releasing, either an album, either a single, either a DVD.
Yeah,
So that's every year you had one of each.
keeps you shopping.
Yeah,
Get your wallet out.
I mean, it's always great to have new songs to listen to.
I think so. What version of Epic Narratives have you pre-ordered?
The biggest one. The one that costs the most money.
Flexing that Band Maid fandom.
I mean, I was going to buy the album, so I should buy the biggest version, right? I bought it on Amazon Japan, so I should get like I don't know what the bonus is called, but I think it was the most interesting one because I didn't want to have another clear file or something like that.
Every like it seems like nowadays every website has their own like special like content, doesn't it? So you get like a Tower Records special content, CD Japan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why Mikoto is struggling to buy all those versions for his collection. But that's pretty funny.
Mikoto is like working hard using AI to remix every single one of the songs. That's what Mikoto's doing.
Yeah. And when he's not, he's just handling his museum of Band-Maid stuff.
Yeah, that boy's got an addiction. We need to
Yeah. I really want to visit him one day. I have to go to Hawaii for that, but
No,
I will visit one day.
You don't visit, you call it an intervention. And then you turn up at his house and you say, look,
I mean,
you're too addicted. We need to take all this stuff and move it to Ohrenje's house. He'll look after it while you recover.
At this point, it's too late. It's way too late. I'm pretty sure that everything is guarded by people that is paying very, very expensive from the US Army or something like that, behind a big safe.
Do you know how to dodge like laser wires?
I don't even want to try to estimate the price of his collection, but it's priceless. At this point, it's priceless. That's insane.
Hey, do you know what real priceless looks like? It's having both. That's real priceless.
I have one of them actually. Marshall sent me one.
He's an absolute legend. I was talking earlier about like fandom and like the fans and stuff, but this is just so cool. I like this is the latest one. Like they just look amazing. That's freaking that's insane.
Yeah, he's doing a great job with that.
Yeah, man. But and it takes a huge amount of talent. Like this is what gets me. People put so much time into this stuff, you know. And while we're talking about Numu, who obviously does the artwork, yeah, my man, yes,
I received mine.
I'm glad you got it. I'm gonna raise both these up. So these are like
nice.
Numu is like his Band Maid and his NEK artwork. That's crazy.
I do have some drawings from Numu because he sent me a package from Japan.
He's so lovely. He's just such a nice
guy. I mean, I know it because I'm working with him like for a long time now on several videos.
And so you just kind of know what kind of man you're working with.
He's so nice.
He's so friendly though. You ask him anything.
Yeah.
You say to him like, "Oh, would you like draw this?" And he will just draw it for you there. And you know what? I think Numu knows too much about me. I think he knows too much about me.
I have some too, but not that far.
He knows everyone. Numu knows what he's doing. Yeah, like
he even got me. I don't know if you know, but I'm a huge fan of the anime IQ. Very huge fan.
IQ?
I love this anime IQ. Yeah.
I don't know this one.
It's about volleyball, and they released the movie this year in Japan and everywhere in the world, and they had some like stuff that you could get in stores in Japan, and he got me all of those.
Oh, sweet! Oh my god, that looks like probably expensive though. Like, so he's got like all the character cards.
That's just stuff that you get if you buy stuff. And he also sent me like those from the movie, the flyers.
Yeah.
And he sent me some.
Oh, the power of freezing has happened. Sorry, I think that's my computer's having a little bit of a fit. The world is frozen. Like, it's not like that Disney movie. No, literally, we have frozen in time. We have been trapped in the vortex. I'm gonna have to reset this shit. Well, welcome back, you and your water. I can't explain that. I was just showing this beautiful frame of gifted artwork that I had received from people at Band Maid shows. And while I was showing it, the internet decided that I shouldn't show it. And
yes, let's see if it does the same to me if I show you something that I really like.
Forbidden artwork.
Numu knows me well too.
I was about to say, I think we're starting to know more about you than these interview questions have told us. Favoritism much.
Exactly.
Oh, nice.
Back.
Put it back carefully. This is the bit where you put it back carefully. Rearrange your shrine.
even did merch for me. They did an Ohrenje one.
Well, I think you've kind of earned
That-
it at this point, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that, let me show you. The thing that I'm the most happy to have is actually. Where is it?
See, there's a cupboard door opening.
Ah,
Oh no, what's this? Oh shit.
the vinyls.
You got vinyls of
And-
Just Bring It and like
And
all of them?
especially this one.
Extra love for About Us. That's a really
Yeah.
interesting song to have on a vinyl.
And I'm pretty happy to have all of them.
Yeah.
Except the one from YOLO. Because it's too expensive.
You have limits,
Way too
right?
expensive.
You have limits.
Yeah, even I have limits.
There's something very interesting about my collection, though. I have this really cool Band Maid collection, but there is something interesting that I should admit about it before I bring it out, which is that. So my Band Maid collection, and by the way, while I'm looking at my Band Maid collection, just bring that out. My Band Maid collection has a slight problem. And the problem is that my Band Maid collection is not actually my Band Maid collection. I have been looking after someone else's Band Maid collection now
Oh.
for very many years. So I have someone's entire Band Maid collection. And so I never had to buy anything because I have all of these amazing, like, top quality Band Maid originals. Just like, I've got everything. And I'm looking after it on behalf of, like, so much Band Maid. So many originals. Oh, what's this? YOLO. And these are actually the property of, you might know Harrow.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So this is actually Harrow's collection. He like gave it to me to look after. I've even got like, check this out. This is a really good one. I got like the Glory single.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
got
have it too.
He's nice. Well, of course you do.
I'm missing a lot of stuff, but
So
I have some CDs.
everything before Conqueror he gave me, and then after Conqueror I've been like buying myself. So like, now I'm worried about putting them back. I got the original version of the band Michael in here as well, but it's like a little bit delicate.
Nice.
Delicate to move. Uh oh. How do I? Oh, okay. There we go. This is top content. This is what people tune into YouTube to see. A man organizing his cupboard. That's real content.
I mean, people are watching daily routines by random people, so I'm pretty sure that they can see someone just sorting his things.
If you've ever seen an unboxing video before, this is a cupboard filling video.
This is a boxing video.
Boxing? No, that's just like Mike Tyson or something. And now some boxing videos, yeah. I've just realised I've made a very precarious... There we go, that's better. I will leave it like that and hope that it does not fall out and hit me on the head at any point. Wait, I've got to put that in there. Yeah, but there you go. My Band Maid collection is not my Band Maid collection.
Congrats. I even have those pretty magazines.
Yeah, that's so cool. Do you get those sent to you from Japan then, I'm guessing?
Yep. Yes. I think this one was from Amazon Japan. I made a big order in Amazon Japan for all the vinyls, some of the singles, and magazines.
So you've got like this upcoming project though, the Pigeon.
I do.
Okay. Let me try and word this. I always forget the wording. The pigeon who wants to sing, the pigeon who dreams to sing, the pigeon who wishes
dreams of singing.
The pigeon who dreams of singing. Okay, can you explain a bit about this? Because I really love this project.
I was working with Numu on lyrics videos, and he was already drawing a lot of bandmate stuff. And I wanted to do like an extension of my documentaries, like telling the story between the things that we don't know about
Yeah.
Band-Maid. And I had this idea of working with Numu on making kind of a manga, but with voiceover.
Yes.
So between a manga and an anime. And that's also something that I learned because I had to translate my French into my English into my Japanese to be understood by Numu, so he can actually see what I have in my mind.
Wow, this is Chinese whispers. It's like one
Yeah.
language, one language. Okay.
Exactly that. But thing is that I'm pretty good now with the translators to translate my thoughts, at least in Japanese. I can. So I think that there was like 1 or 2 misunderstanding since we have started this project, and we made a lot of drawings together. So it's really good results. So yeah, I wanted to tell the story that we don't know between the interviews, between the time that we have no information, especially before Band-Maid, because I announced it not officially, but I announced on my Patreon that this project will end in 3 chapters when the whole band will be together. It will be the last chapter to be released. The reasons why is that it's very expensive to make, first of all.
I can imagine.
And it doesn't get a lot of attention and a lot of views. It's like one of the least viewed video. But it's like Band-Maid. Not a lot of views, but a lot of earth, a lot of big fans of the series and people loving it.
I think it is a project that, for all the wonderful things that you do, I think it's probably the project where you can really feel like a lot of time and effort has gone in from many people. And I think it's a really special thing. I think it's very cool. I don't think most bands would never have anything like that from their fans. It's so unique.
It's probably the thing that I'm the most proud of, because
that's great.
Even the voiceover actors I'm working with that are used to work on different projects, like for games, for example, or stuff like that, they never worked in a project with that many voice actors. That's even for them who are professionals and working as a voice actor for a living, they are never seen something like that. And it comes from someone who doesn't know what he's doing. Like, I've never wrote scripts, I never wrote a manga, I never wrote a story, I never wrote dialogues, and I've never worked with voice actors before. So I had to learn everything, all of that, to make this project happen. And
it must have been so rewarding, though.
Yeah, it was very, very rewarding, especially when I was watching it afterwards. And I had this idea in June 2023, and I basically started to work with to recruit voice actors first, because I worked with Ayano-san, who is doing the voice of Mika. I introduced Mika on my channel, and I worked with her previously, and we are now friends on Discord, and we talk regularly. She's also a VTuber and a Japanese teacher. And she helped me to choose the right person to work with regarding the mic quality and the tone and the acting. And I tried to find people which voice could match the members. Not the exact voice, but the feeling that you can say, oh, this is this member. Yeah. This is, even though the voice is not exactly the same, because it's not possible, except for the voiceover of Akane, who is doing a job beyond imagination. Except for her, I just wanted to have this feeling of saying, okay, this voice works with this character.
You just want to convey the emotion, I think.
Exactly. And almost exactly in the same way that I did with the documentary. The ending of each episodes is a song that matches the emotion that you should have at the end of the episode. So it's one of the. I mean, when I write a script for this, for each chapters, I'm trying to first I try to find the idea of what I'm going to tell in this chapter, and the second thing that I do even before writing the whole script is that I'm choosing the ending song.
Yeah, I get
Because
that. Like
I wanted
a
to
target.
exactly, and for the background music, I'm using the sound made for the anime IQ because I love the anime, I love the music, and I love the energy and the feelings that you have when you are listening to those songs. And I think that it matches perfectly with what I'm doing. So yeah, trying to find to fill those gaps. I even had to create characters and integrate them to the story characters that,
I'm
of course,
still waiting for my cameo, by the way.
there is. There might be someone from London who fly to Japan. We don't know. Imagine that.
Just get the most. I can do accents. Just get the most irritating person. Just someone no one wants to play, and then give it to me.
I will see what I can do.
I can just be a person who
But
walks into the frame and goes, "See you
just
and then just walks off.
just just know that the only cameo that I have in this series is Ogata-san, which is one of the closest person to Band-Maid that I've talked to. So that's pretty insane. That's pretty insane.
That is pretty cool, though. It's cool, but unfortunately, it sets the bar a bit high for me. So
Yeah.
can you bring things down a bit? You know, just make it a bit easier for me, would you?
I will do my best. I'll do my best.
Look, I gotta say, we partly have to start to wrap things up for two reasons. First of all, the sun will come up here soon. That's my first major concern is I want to sleep before the fucking sun comes up. And reason number two is, as people who've been watching this all the way through might have already clued into, my hard drive is not enjoying this as much as I. So, for the sake of both, my sanity and my hard drive space, we might have to wrap this one up. But I must say, obviously, I think anyone who's in the Band-Maid community has seen your work. Anyone who's into Neki saw the amazing video you did, the Neki Band-Maid connection video, and then obviously that very much highlighted the Neki Discord community, which itself has been an amazing thing. The Band-Maid Discord community that you've been so active in, the wonderful I don't know what the correct word to use is, but the online animated magazine anime storytelling of Band-Maid. All of these things have been absolutely amazing. And we said earlier in this conversation about you can be a fan in a million and one ways, but for me, I think the biggest thing is what you do with what you have available to you, whether it be time, whether it be money, whether it be opportunity. And I feel like what you've done is you've made some seriously amazing content that has been really just it's kept a lot of people really enjoying the fandom more and more. So
thank you.
I can't say thank you enough. Honestly, just jokes aside, I think it's absolutely amazing what you've done.
I can say thank you as well enough as well, because if I continue working on those videos, because people are liking it and telling me that they love what I'm doing. That's what's kept me going and what's kept me motivated to continue to work on Band-Maid videos.
I mean, I would add to that for all the people who might say they like or love them now, there's a lot of people who are going to find them and like and love them later. So I think that will be the gift that keeps giving. Yeah,
that's the goal of my channel, to grow enough to reach more people and to get more people to listen to Band-Maid.
And I think it's both bringing in a sort of a fun for new fans, but but it's very fulfilling content for people who are fans and just want to get something a little bit different, something that other fan bases don't offer, and it's brilliant because it's in keeping with the subject, and yet at the same time it's like totally fresh and original. So it's great to see all the stuff you're doing. So I just want to say a big thank you to you. Thank you for sitting down for this conversation. I know that soon your prison has like physical time, so you might have to get out into the yard.
I'm there for like 20 years, so it's okay.
Okay, I didn't know they let you have green screens in your cells these days, but you know.
It's just so that you don't know in which prison I am. That's all.
Modern liberal prisons. No, honestly, it's an absolute pleasure, man. I can't say thank you enough, and so I'll make sure if I remember all the links are below. Boing! And I encourage everyone to check them. But any final thoughts you'd like to leave people with before we round things up?
Whoa!
Pressure!
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, no one ever expects the final question.
Exactly.
You can just say no.
No, thank you very much. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, my final thoughts: like and subscribe.
Likes and subscribe. That's the things that I'm never saying on my videos.
The algorithm's got you now.
I don't know if it works, in any way, but I don't know. Maybe I should say like and subscribe sometimes, but in the videos, but I don't know. That's not something that I'm used to do.
On Ears to the East, we promised we would never say it. And then one time we said it, and our subscriber count jumped up really quickly. And we were like, oh no, there's a bunch of people who didn't think to subscribe.
No. So maybe it works. Maybe I should. You know what? Maybe I should do it in my next video.
Fuck off! You got enough subscribers. You got enough.
It will be your fault if it works.
No, you got too many subscribers. Yeah, give some to me, all right?
No, I want more. I want more.
Oh, who's talking about world domination now? Eh?
Yes, world domination. I have the same goal as Band Maid. I mean, I never expected to be that big for a channel that is only talking to about one band. I mean, I'm doing only videos about Band Maid, and I already have so many people watching my videos that I couldn't be more grateful for everyone who is watching my videos and leaving a comment saying that they like what I'm doing, or maybe that they don't like what I'm doing.
I really appreciate when people tell me to fucking stop.
Please tell me that my work is bad. Please leave a comment like that.
It's like someone's typing. It's like, you got to stop making these videos, and you're like, thank you for the comment. I appreciate that.
You are laughing, but I had comment like that, especially in the Pigeon of singing. I had someone writing a long text saying that I'm making up stories of stuff that I'm disrespecting Band Maid for making stuff that doesn't happen and making them look fools and stuff. I mean, that's...
Yeah, fuck you for putting effort into imagination. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you are.
It's not like each videos are starting with a message saying that they are not true facts and that everything is made up and inspired by Band Maid. It's not like every video is starting like that.
It should start like a crime show. What you are about to watch is reenactments of real things that have happened. It's like, yeah, I think anyone who's got enough time to comment underneath a nicely made fan video and tell you that you're slandering people by making beautiful fan content, I think that person probably needs to spend a bit more time focusing on their own life, because I suspect some things might be lacking there.
Probably, yeah.
You don't have to comment.
Yeah, but yeah, I will add this like and subscribe text on my next videos that will be out on Sunday.
I'll tell you what.
We'll see.
Look right now. Look at the camera and tell people to like and subscribe. I dare you.
Like and subscribe.
Oh shit. I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps. I just need to press any button I see right now. Let's just start clicking shit.
I'm not kidding. I will try that because I'm releasing a video about 11 years of music. So it's like an 18 minutes video of 69 Band-Maid songs, one after the other.
Ah, you said yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying at the end of the video, like, you know, you can tell people to like and subscribe. And if you don't want to be too obtrusive, you can just put like a little very gentle graphic at the bottom, which sometimes I do. No one ever subscribes to my channel though, so fucking don't listen to me.
I don't even know if I'm subscribed. So. Let me check.
It's okay. You'll never see this video because you don't even know what channel this is.
I'm subscribed. Oh, we are fine. I am subscribed.
I'm glad you know. Fine. I'm glad you know that now. I'm glad you found that out. Well, at least this video got me one subscriber that I already had. Oh shit! No, look, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure.
Yeah,
I hope we'll talk again. I sure think we will. I mean, today.
Yeah, at least, and this time don't stop at like 3 or 4 a.m. maybe something a little bit sooner for you.
Yeah. We started this at 1 a.m. I came back from the studio and like we had to entertain this like record company executive, and he was a lovely guy. He was amazing, but yeah, we were just sitting there like drinking and eating like yakitori, and I was like, who's paying for this? Because I'm not. And then I ran out, and here we are. So, no. But yeah, we'll do. Well, look, I hope people enjoy this. And you know, I mean, let us know. I was hoping we had a bit of a, because of my schedule and everything, we had a bit of a issue. But hopefully, we'll be able to get you. Like, I'd love to have you chat on like Ears to the East with the other guys as well. Like, that's the podcast I do. Just a couple of things. It'd be really great just to have your thoughts on some different subjects. So I'm really excited to like see
anytime
you back. Yeah, no, an absolute pleasure. I am going to let you finish now. So you stay on the line, but I'm going to say goodbye to our audience.
Okay.
And he's already done his final thought. I'm not going to ask him to do it a second time. It's painful enough the first time. So thank you, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe. And yeah. It's so fucking natural when you do it. And until we hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao. I gotta press the stop button, man. I just want to leave you hanging.